Hello and welcome to Chit-Chat with Autumn. I am your host, Autumn Short, and I am so excited about today's show. For those of you who have children or know of kids who have lost a loved one that's been close to them, this is your chance to learn about something that can help them. If you've never heard of Camp Erin, then you definitely want to stay and be a part of this show. Today, my guest is Hiatt. And she's going to be competing in the American Renaissance pageant next month in September. So please welcome Anna, Mrs. Washington, American Renaissance. Hi, Anna. How are you?
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
I am so excited to have you today as my guest on the show and to tell us a little bit more about Camp Erin and the Moyer Foundation.
It is. It's named after Jamie Moyer, who was a Mariner baseball player, and right now he's currently a commentator over in Kansas City. But he started this foundation called the Moyer Foundation to help children in distress.
Okay, so this is not just a camp or organization that is exclusively to the Northwest. This is all over the United States. Is that correct?
It is a national organization of people working together to help this camp go forward, as well as fund other smaller projects that are going on as well.
So for people out there who have never heard about Camp Erin or the Moyer Foundation, can you tell us a little bit about what it's about and how it helps children?
Absolutely. So I'm going to take a little trip back in time and talk about a girl named Erin Metcalf. And Erin was one of our patients at Providence Hospice, which is where I work, and she was granted a wish through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and her wish was to meet Jamie Moyer, who was a Mariner baseball player at the time. And Jamie came out and met her and her family, and they spent a day together, and they were just very impressed with Erin's attitude towards her family, her attitude towards the condition she was in. And Erin was dying, unfortunately. She had a terminal cancer condition. And her greatest wish, her legacy, if you will, going forward was she wanted to have a camp, not just for kids who were suffering from illness, but to support their siblings. Because Erin had a sister, and Erin really felt bad that her sister so often made sacrifices for her and was put in the background, and it seemed like her sister didn't get a whole lot of support that she needed because so much energy was focused on Erin. And the Moyers were very touched by this, and they said, well, how about we try and make a camp for the siblings of children who have passed on, and we can even expand it out to siblings and kids who have lost a parent or a grandparent even. And that camp up in Snohomish County was so successful that it branched out into King County, Olympic County, it moved east, and it's actually grown nationwide. And the kids that come to Camp Erin aren't just kids who have lost a sibling, it's kids who have lost a parent. A lot of times we see kids who are dealing with issues of a parent who went overseas to fight in Iraq, and they lost their parent in Iraq. And we're seeing a big population of that over on the East Coast, kids needing support for that loss as well. And the results that we've seen from the kids who have gone through this support system have just been amazing. They feel much more connected to other kids in the community. They know they're not alone. They know that what they've been through is not a unique experience and that they do have a support network in place.
That is absolutely wonderful. How long have you been involved with Camp Erin, and what project do you have going right now with Camp Erin?
So this is my third year of actually being hands-on with Camp Erin. I've worked with both the Snohomish County and the King County camps. Since I'm going to be competing in the pageant this year, I felt really bad because I'm not going to be available to actually attend the team camp because it's the same date as Miss America and the same date as my own pageant. And so what we thought would be really great would be to partner with my state's Miss Washington America girls and have them write messages of support for the Camp Erin team campers. And we're making pillowcases for them, and we're going to put these messages in the pillowcases, so that way these girls get this nice surprise. Hopefully none of the Camp Erin girls are listening to this before they get their surprise. But I've been really appreciative of all the support of Miss Washington America in helping me make this happen. I think the girls will really appreciate it.
I think that is absolutely something fun and a great way to bring together pageant sisters, a community, everything like that. How exciting.
I'm really looking forward to it.
And now tell me a little bit about the American Renaissance system and what exactly you will be competing in when you go to Las Vegas next month.
So I'm in the Mrs. division, but what's exciting and what attracts me so much to American Renaissance is, as far as I know, it's the only pageant system out there that actually crowns for civic and for talent. And for me, I actually have started dancing recently. I started dancing when I turned 40. And it's a funny story because I was waking up in the morning and I was getting dressed and I was going through my head, okay, I've turned 40. What are the things that are no longer an option for me in my life? What are the things that I may as well put to bed? And the first thing that popped into my head was, well, I guess I'm never going to finally be a ballet dancer. Because as we know, only ballet dancers can be 2, 3, 4. They've got to be these little girls. And I thought, well, here's a challenge for me. Let me take a ballet class. So a month later, I signed up for ballet. And I love dancing so much, I actually ended up taking ballet, tap, jazz, belly dancing. If there was a class for it, I signed up for it, and I've just been enjoying it. So my challenge this year has been to come up with a dancing talent, and I'll be performing my very first own choreography for the judges at American Renaissance this year. I'm very excited to get their feedback.
Are you nervous at all for doing, I know as a married woman, as a mom, as a wife, my talents have seemed to go out the door unless it has anything to do with nagging. So that is my special talent. But are you nervous about performing this talent on stage?
I am incredibly nervous. I have become the master of time management. And I tell you what, it does take a lot of self-confidence and a lot of reassuring yourself. Because when you're practicing in front of a mirror after watching an episode of Dance Moms, and you're comparing your dancing to that dancing, you're going, oh my gosh, these judges are just going to laugh at me. So it does take a little bit of inner confidence and inner courage to say, you know what, my goal is to get on that stage, show my product, and do my best. And however the scores fall, they fall, but I will have met that goal. And that's my ambition.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So another question for you is, when you look at pageants, sometimes you think of pageants as being for teen girls between the ages of 15 to 19, or Miss Girls who have not been married or had babies yet or anything like that. You are a more mature woman going into and competing in pageants. What advice can you give to these younger ladies out there in the pageant world who are thinking about doing pageants, or just any type of advice? What advice would you give these young ladies in today's society?
2 words: invest in yourself. Well, actually, I guess that's 4 words. But invest in yourself. There is absolutely no reason, if you have a desire in your heart to get up on that stage, that you can't sign up for a pageant and give it a try. I think that everyone needs to try something at least once if it's in their heart to do it, no matter what age. If you're a teenager, if you're a grown woman just turning 40, I think pageantry for me has been such a great support system of sisterhood. It's been a glamorous side of my life that I normally wouldn't get as somebody who is a little bit older. You know, for a lot of us 40-year-old women, our lives are work, sacrifice, cleaning house, being there for the kids, walking the dog. And I think it is such an important thing for us women to step back and say, you know what, I deserve some investment too. I need that beautiful dress. I need that fun time with my pageant sisters where I can be in the spotlight for a little bit. So I definitely encourage anyone out there to please give it a try.
I have to agree with you, because for me, to be able to walk out on stage and feel beautiful as if it's my moment is something that's so special, and it is a boost for us, because we're not, it's so many times we're at home and we're cleaning and our hair's pulled up on our head and we don't wear makeup, and when we go to the grocery store, it's not like it's a vacation for us. So to be able to be out on stage and in front of an audience and have that moment where it's all about us, I think is something that is just absolutely a wonderful experience. It doesn't matter the age. But speaking of age, you just had a birthday, so happy belated birthday. So tell us, what are your plans for the future now?
So we are actually looking towards the next stage of life and what we would like to do when we get into a retirement mode. Because it's important, this is something I've learned from being in hospice, is that you don't plan for your future when you're in the future. you start laying the foundation before. It's called upstream thinking. And so we are actually thinking, well, what would we like to do with ourselves when we do turn 65, even though that's 20 years away? And so my husband and I are starting to build a small business out of our garage. And it's called Hiatt Motors, and my husband is going to do small motor repair, and I'm going to help him with his marketing. So we are now starting to get a little bit of business coming our way. We're testing the waters. And because we do live so close to the water here in Seattle, that we have the Port of Edmonds, we have Mukilteo, we have downtown Seattle, that there's all these small motors that need tending to, and my husband is filling that spot.
I think that is absolutely great. How fun would it be to be able to go into the retirement years being your own boss, doing what you love? That is very exciting. Congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you very much.
So Anna, if people want to contact you or get a hold of you, follow you to see exactly what is going on with Camp Erin, with the pageant, how would somebody go about doing that?
So the easiest way for someone, let's say they're not in the Seattle area, but they're interested in volunteering for a Camp Erin in their state, in their city, the easiest thing to do is just to simply put in Camp Erin, CAMPERIN, and Google it, and that will bring up the entire nation support network of Camp Erins. So if someone feels like they would like to attend a Camp Erin, this is a perfect time to get your application in. Or if you want to volunteer, if you're a college student or a high school student and you feel a need to volunteer and help make these campers feel welcome, I know that they're definitely looking for extra support, even if it's for something as simple as organizing boxes. You don't even have to go to camp. You can just volunteer a few hours helping to pack boxes for the campers. I know that that's really in need right now, too. Now, if anyone wants to get a hold of me and follow my pageant journey, I am always on Facebook. Every day I'm checking Facebook, and it is just Anna Hiatt in Seattle, Washington, and you will pull me right up. I friend anybody who is warm and welcoming and is ready to have a good conversation.
Wonderful. Well, Anna, I want to thank you so much for being on the show today and sharing a little bit about the American Renaissance pageant as well as your platform, Camp Erin. I think that what a great platform, because that's something so often our children, we just think that because they're young, they will adapt, but sometimes they do need a little bit more. So I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to share about Camp Erin, yourself, and the pageants with us. I want to wish you the best of luck next month. We were talking a little bit before the show, and 30 days away. That's really exciting. Are you all ready to go? Last minute, what are your last minute things that you have to do?
Practice, practice, practice. The wardrobe's all in place. I have a good travel plan in place, but practice every day, at least an hour. Practice interview, practice walk, practice the talent. My goal every day is to run through my talent 3 times a day, and that's what it takes to be successful in pageantry, is just dedication.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And it is. It's just like any other gymnastics, sports, band, anything like that. It does. It just takes practice. Anna, thank you so much for being a guest today on my show. And again, I just want to wish you the best of luck in the future with everything and next month at the pageant. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
And thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Chit Chat with Autumn.